Hello and welcome to the Fourth Wall Podcast. I am your co-host, Matthew Calhoun. Please check us out at our website at www.thefourthwall.co. And please enjoy the podcast.
Are you not entertained?
Great Scott. You're a wizard, Harry.
Water strong. This is Peppy. All barrel roll. Fly a barrel roll.
I am the Super Saiyan Son Goku.
It's me, Mario.
Stop, would you kindly?
Hi, my name is Braden Cole. This is the Fourth Wall Podcast. We're joined today with Matt Parker, and the co-host or host would be Matthew Calhoun.
Yes.
Hello. You guys are funny. Today we'll be talking about the Assassin's Creed games and all
of its glory.
however many games they've made.
From, let's see, I think it's like
Starting with
Creed.
Altair, going through the Ezio,
Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3,
Black
Assassin's
Flag,
Creed Black Flag, Rogue,
Rogue,
and then Unity.
And we are not going to hit on the
Rogue and Unity as much.
yeah. And then I was also
We're
going to
cheap.
mention
We don't have an Xbox One yet.
Yeah.
they have one out. If you're super big into it, they have one out for the Nintendo handheld Nintendo device. I don't know.
DS?
Yeah, the DS. They have one for the DS. It follows a.
It follows a woman, I can't remember her name.
She's from
Liberty,
China,
I think it's
I think.
Assassin's Creed Liberty is what it's
I
called.
haven't even heard of that.
She's from China, I believe. It's
Call
supposed to
myself
be
a fan. I haven't even.
Well,
anyways,
just one game?
So I guess we'll get started then.
Yeah.
With Altair's storyline. Now, I hadn't played that one, which I kind of feel bad that I've played every single other one except that one.
The first one obviously started something really good. Altair, I think, was a great character, and the story that you go on with Altair is really good. I don't think anybody would argue with that. That being said, it was a great game for what it started. But there was a lot of the things that weren't. I guess I feel like what Assassin's Creed 2 was is what they kind of had in mind for Assassin's Creed 1, but they just couldn't develop it all yet.
Yeah.
Or the technology hadn't caught up yet.
Yeah, I actually started on Assassin's Creed 2 also, and I tried to go back to the first one, but it was hard to go backwards in that aspect.
Definitely.
Because there's so many things you can do in Assassin's Creed 2 that you can't do.
Yeah, definitely.
And you get used to, being able to jump in the water or, having two blades. And so it was hard to transition back to that.
Yeah.
After you've had the second one.
What are y'all's favorite, favorite characters to play?
Man, I really like Edward in Black Flag, but I still think my favorite is Brotherhood.
Brotherhood was probably the number one in my opinion. But I would agree. I really did enjoy, I didn't care for the character Edward all that much, but I really liked
He was kind of like Thor.
Yeah, but I liked the giant free roam, aspect of that game where you're able to,
I'm going to do some serious free roam.
you were able to sail almost everywhere, and, you could go
I liked
whaling.
I liked the sea shanties.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That just pumped me up. I don't know why.
It was always fun to actually, was it a little annoying how long it took to get some places? Yeah, but
And then once you discover it, you can fast travel,
which is always the best.
Yeah.
And catching, I think one thing about that game that was really good was harpooning and stuff like that. That was so cool. Getting the harpoon, the sharks and stuff. What you were talking about, that was really cool because you could use all that stuff. You could.
It was hard for me. I wasn't very good at it. I did it once or twice, but I was not very good at it.
It took me a while to get it right, but eventually I did. I'd say also I think my favorite character though is probably Ezio. I think not only do we spend so much time with him, but I think he just had a great story arc for himself, and is even in Revelations is still good, even though it can get kind of repetitive.
Yeah, Revelations is probably one of their weakest.
I
would say.
But I'd have to say I thought it ended really strong.
Yeah.
I thought it ended really strong.
Yeah.
But I would agree with it is kind of slow to get going, but it was a good game. I enjoyed playing it.
I liked the hook idea
Yeah.
The
that
hook
they
blade was
introduced.
really cool. And
I like how
zip
it
lines.
showed. Yeah, I like how it showed a complete another culture's group of assassins. Like you,
Yeah,
They
that was
really-
cool.
you showed the Italian group. I mean, you saw the original group, and you saw how they progressed through the years and everything. And like the
well, they really
Turkish
yeah.
Assassin's Creed group was like they came up with the whole hook idea. That's where that was invented and stuff, and that was really a cool, like, neat, like add-on to the game. Instead of just having the continuous double blades, you had like this neat new weapon that you could fight
Right,
with.
Yeah. Well, and what I think that Revelations did do right was the fact that it was able to take what made Brotherhood so good and like really compounded on the whole like Brotherhood aspect of having your own clan and all that stuff. Because I remember in Brotherhood, like there were so many times where like I'd be in this huge fight and I could just like call on like 4 or 3 of my guys, however many would
Yeah.
come down, and like it would just even the fight like that, you know. So they really took that idea and was like, okay, people really like this, so we're gonna
Yeah.
build upon this.
I totally forgot what I was about to say.
No, you get.
Oh well,
Most of what I learned about Altair came from Revelations, actually, because I
Okay.
didn't play all the
Yeah.
way through.
yeah.
Yeah. And all the stuff that happened with Altair, and I mean it was a good game. I definitely enjoyed it like a lot. But I think overall, what really got the series to where it needed to be was Assassin's Creed 2 and Ezio. That whole thing. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I follow the story in Assassin's Creed, for some reason it's like hard for me to keep up with everything. I don't know if it's just like because it's so expansive and stuff like that. But like for me, I definitely like love the story, but like I have to keep reminding myself of like what's happened, just because
Right.
there's so much stuff to do.
I'll tell you one of the things I loved about Assassin's Creed 2 was Leonardo da Vinci
Yeah,
being in the game, and you get to go and talk to him, and he makes inventions for you. Like he makes the blade for you.
Yeah, definitely.
He makes is it the parachutes, or is that in the third one?
I think
that in
Parachutes
Brotherhood?
is in the.
He's in Brotherhood as
He's
well.
in Brotherhood as well, but I think the
But you
second
don't
one
get
is
to
where
talk
he
to him.
makes
Yeah.
the glider. When you glide around.
That's what I meant.
yeah,
When you're flying around, I think it's Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're flying around Venice, Italy, and he made a lot of like cool inventions that you get to use. I think quite a few of them in the game. But I liked the little conversation between Da Vinci and Ezio when he's talking about, all right, man, you're gonna have to do something really like big if you want to like be able to use this blade and be considered an assassin. We're gonna have to cut your ring finger off.
yeah.
And like.
Oh yeah.
It was a funny little joke because at first he was just like, okay, fine, just cut it off, let's just go. And then, like, Da Vinci's like, well, I'm just kidding, bro. Like, we don't have to do that. We're no longer going to be barbaric about this.
Yeah.
I fixed it. Don't worry, you can keep your finger.
But it shows you how seriously Ezio's taking it.
Yeah.
So that was I like that moment as well.
Yeah, no, that's it. Well, like that whole game and Brotherhood really, I thought were just really outstanding parts in the series. One thing though that one thing I will say about Assassin's Creed 3, although it's it's not the most popular, it definitely had a great campaign, like marketing wise, had awesome. I mean, like that trailer that we saw of him going from people to people and then killing that guy on the horse and all that. That was great stuff. The
gameplay aspects of it was great. The only thing I didn't like was actually the character of Connor.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if y'all want to talk about that now or.
Well,
he was good for what he was supposed to be. I just compared to Ezio and Edward and Altair, he was just kind of boring to me.
yeah.
He's
And
very
they
one
could've-
note.
I think they could have made him just a bit better. And also, the problem was is the map was so expansive and all that stuff, but you couldn't, like, fast travel a lot. And it was like, you would have to, like, I mean, you really would have to pretty much anywhere you wanted to go.
Yeah, you had to travel to the wilderness part and then fast travel to the next part.
And it was.
I loved climbing trees, though. That
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
I thought that was. I liked
That was
the
unique.
fact
That
that
was
he
unique.
was. Like, let's make this interesting. He comes from a father who was an assassin, who's now a Templar. Who
That
who
was
loved
weird.
this Indian lady and had a child with, and then produces Connor, or I'm not even going to try to pronounce his Indian name,
Yeah.
but
Sorry.
yeah, I don't want to butcher it, but like, who then decides to become an assassin through the help of what was his name?
Yeah, I can't remember the
Starts with an A.
Achilles.
Achilles,
Yeah.
that's who it is. Who, by the way, probably the best character in the entire game. But anyways,
Yeah, he was great.
He has all the skills, like stealth and like nature knowledge of all, like learning
And the
stuff that
hunting.
he learned. Yeah, the hunting that
Hunting
he
was
learned
cool.
growing up, living with his tribe and stuff. And then let's add in all of those skills with any sort of assassin skill, which he kind of didn't need. He just, I guess, he learned the art of murder from
He
them.
needed to be taught the reason why.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, he had to learn about what the assassins stood for and what the Templars stood for and where he needed to fall.
yeah.
in between.
And not just to go out and
Murder all
let's just kill white men because they're attacking my people, which
Yeah.
was kind of where it started off at, where like the group of Templars go and attack his village and destroy it, and making them leave, and then he's like, okay, well, we're just gonna go and start this entire war, like secret war with these white people, because
Well, it was.
For Narnia!
It wasn't. You know, he did have that going for it. Also, the game had a very long prologue to it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, after you and I guess I'll just jump into this. You know, that twist that they have at the beginning where you play as Mr. Kenway and he's a Templar and you figure that out. I will give it to Ubisoft for keeping that under wraps, and nobody knew about that.
Definitely.
Nobody knew about that except for people in the company. And that's very
when
hard
that
for people to
happened,
say.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you get the achievement, like, how do you like them apples?
Yeah.
I remember that to this
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
What?
The build up with Connor and all that stuff. I think
I totally blanked. What were y'all talking about?
the part where-
When
Like at the very beginning, you're playing as-
Haytham Kenway,
yeah, Haytham Kenway,
and you figure out
Templar.
he's a Templar instead of an assassin.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
bad. I just completely, I got what y'all were talking about. I kind of just zoned out at the beginning and did not hear, like, the first part
Well,
of
we
what y'all
didn't
were talking about.
we didn't explain it very well either.
To be fair.
So I was like, okay.
I just knew what you were talking about, so
Yeah.
I joined in.
No, but for is it Haytham?
Haytham.
Yeah. For that to be kept under wraps and for nobody to know about it until that game came out, I think that's what. Honestly, I think that's the reason that the game was given such as good reviews is because
Yeah.
of that twist, and the ending to that game was really good.
And it kind of had some Star Wars going on because
It
you have
did.
to battle your dad.
I was about to
Yeah.
say that it had a Star Wars feel, but
Which, if you haven't seen Star Wars, sorry for the spoiler there, but what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, go watch Star Wars.
I'm going to say that every podcast.
Every time we just mentioned Star
Yeah.
Wars, it would what? It would be great though to like if they would have had just a map, just a tad bit tacked back or more.
See, I disagree with you
I
guys
liked-
a little bit.
I liked how big the map was.
You
though.
did?
I like running and free running and climbing on roofs and buildings and through the trees.
Yeah.
I'd much rather do that. Like, honestly, I do that in the Assassin's Creed games. I try not to fast travel at all.
See, but once I visited all the areas of the wooded wilderness part that you have to travel through first to get to all these other places, I didn't see the need to continue to run through all that. Like,
I just
other than
enjoy
maybe hunting or something.
Yeah,
like
and like don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the times that I was like running through it and having fun, like randomly attacking like the British as they're like marching along. But like my favorite was actually like going into the towns and like sneaking around and sneaking up on somebody, taking them out, and then running away as fast as you can.
I feel like they had more like checkpoints to where you could fast travel to. They just like because they had to be out on a time limit.
Yeah,
they didn't put those or include those in the game. And also they came out with one. I think they established it with either number 3 or with Revelations, or maybe in Brotherhood, where they will come out like every year now. They're coming out with an Assassin's Creed, and so
I think it's probably Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because they started coming out pretty quick.
The problem with that is like if you don't upgrade each game significantly, it just feels like a reskin of the same old stuff, which they have done good so far with keeping it different from the past games.
The one new weapon that I liked I don't know if it was new, but from what I remember, I thought it was new. The rope dart.
Yeah,
I was just about to talk about that. Where you
like throw the rope dart down and you get like the biggest guy out of the like group that you're trying to possibly attack, and then you just jump out of the tree. Or you can sit there and you just like the fact that you sit there and you pull them up and you're holding them for a little bit, you can just attack them that way, or you can just jump down and slide them all the way up, and that's how it was. But like,
man, the first time I did that though, I was like, oh. It was the coolest thing. Like, and then I wouldn't fight people. I would just climb a tree and throw a rope dart and pull them up.
And then run away, jump on another tree, and then do
it again
with the next person.
No, definitely.
That was the coolest thing.
And also, a thing that came with the third one was the naval combat. And that also boosted the score with everybody. And that really did.
That was pretty cool.
I mean, I don't know.
They did it way better in the
once they upgraded
they
it.
Definitely.
But
I feel like their idea from the fourth one was like, okay, everybody liked this ocean ship stuff, this the ship fighting. Let's make a game about pirates.
Exactly.
Let's expand on that. Which isn't a bad thing. It was great.
I love the idea of assassin pirates.
Yeah.
The only thing that I guess the last thing, so I guess we're gonna try to jump into the fourth one next. Yeah. The only thing I wanted to say about the third one though, like compared to the second one where you had your group of assassins, like. But in the third one, you had your entire like little town, and I liked how you could go meet different people in like New York. I think it was New York, Boston, and was that the only? Those were the only two towns, right?
I think there was something in Pennsylvania too.
So it would have been like Philadelphia, probably.
Yeah.
So 3 places, probably 3 towns. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've played, but you were able to meet these different people in the towns, and like you help them out with like a quick little side mission. And they're like, "Man, I really wish we had a new place to live." And Connor's just like, "Hey guys, kind of have this giant like small community that you could start up your new business if you wanted to. Come on, move in with us." And like you slowly start gathering all these different people. You get like a preacher, you get a tailor, you get a butcher, you get like. I think like a hotel manager or something like that. You get all these different people, and then you have your like tiny little community, and you can like slowly start to do other little submissions with them, helping them out and stuff. I thought that was a pretty cool like.
I'll say this: I actually love Assassin's Creed 3, like the gameplay. I just thought the character of Connor was kind of boring compared to
Ezio.
Ezio,
he was so boring, and the story like. I liked all the historical aspects.
Let's
make him go fight at Bunker Hill. Let's make him do this. Let's make him do that.
Ben Franklin and Paul Revere.
George Washington. George Washington, it's like my people are being like persecuted. This is not the time to sit there and have this kind of like conversation.
With Connor, it was like. It wasn't just like that though. It was like as an assassin, you're supposed to see like the biggest picture, and I think that was the problem. Was like Connor just saw this one little part.
That's true,
and he wasn't like I don't know. I felt like he was more for just his people, and then he eventually opens up. But there for a good amount of the game, he's really just about his people.
I kind of agree, but I also disagree with you because he kind of saw how things were gonna go. With his people and all the other people like him, so like all the other American Indians living there, like he realized, oh wow, they're gonna kick us out of all of our land that we've ever lived on, and like the stuff that we own, that this is ours, and so he's kind of trying to get a bigger like, hey, I'll help you, George, if you help me.
But it takes him a while to get to that.
Yeah, it does. But even then, though, it's still like me, and it's like, no, the whole purpose of you fighting all these different white guys, which would be your father and all of his friends, is because they're evil and they're trying to undermine everything.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't, oh, they killed my mom when I was like 12. No, like, that's a big deal, but it should mostly have been a factor of, hey, they're trying to destroy this entire country that we've started to set up. He should be a part of that, and not like, hey, the only reason I'm going to help y'all is because y'all aren't going to kill off all of my friends. Like, and that's the deal he tried to strike with them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work out that way.
One thing that I've always loved about Assassin's Creed was the tombs with like where you can find the pieces of the outfits and stuff. That was always so cool because like at the end I think of like Brotherhood or something like that. Like there's this like fur one you can get.
Yes,
it's all very Roman and stuff.
Romulus.
Yeah, it's very like those. Have
the Wolfman.
Yeah, always been like super cool to me to find those and do the tombs, the puzzles that they have within like their free running and stuff.
I think
like
it was
that.
Assassin's Creed 2. Where you go into all these tombs, and there's a giant squid in one of them. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
I remember that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It freaked me out.
It
doesn't do anything, but it's there.
It's just there. Chilling.
If I remember right. Probably don't.
So I guess since I got us off topic, we can jump back to number 4 so we can keep going on with the line that we were going.
You know, actually, in Unity, the newest one that like came out, like you can go whenever you go to the shop, or I think if you pre-ordered it, and even if you didn't, you can still get it. Like it has all the other Assassin's Creed like their outfits, so like you could wear Altair's, Ezio's, Connor's.
Yeah, well, they even did
that's
that.
really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
They did that with which one was it? I think you could wear Altair's with.
I think you could do it in Brotherhood or Revelation.
I think it's Revelations, but I know
in Brotherhood I actually unlocked Desmond's clothes.
Oh,
So I
really?
just walk around in a hoodie and jeans.
That's awesome. I didn't know
that's
that.
funny. No, I think it's Black Flag where you can wear. I think Ezio's like full like
The white and red.
Yeah, like his full. Well, actually, there's like some metal pieces that you can put on it and stuff. Like I think it might be that one, but I could be wrong. It's probably Revelations.
Also,
I think Revelations you can
I think
too.
honestly though, like I mean, I like all their like outfits and stuff. I think Connor though definitely had like the most killer looking outfit. Whenever you see the trailer and stuff, maybe Edward Kenway.
Speaking of killer outfits. Wasn't long ago that we got someone in the group Connor's jacket.
And
Yes,
awesome.
I have that in my closet, and I wear it when nobody's around.
Yeah, because it's an awesome.
And I have the tomahawk.
Honestly,
We didn't talk about the tomahawk.
Did you?
He didn't have the blades. He had the tomahawk.
He had a tomahawk. And, no, he had one blade. Didn't
Yeah,
he?
he had one blade, but then like, what your main weapon was the
No,
tomahawk.
he had a little dagger and a tomahawk.
That's right.
Okay.
Wait, no, I thought the dagger was like. Because didn't they make it in one of the games where like the dagger was a part of the blade thing where it'd come out and you could switch it over to a dagger?
I think so. I'm not.
I think
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure though that he did have the arm thing because
I
that's
think
like
he
kind
had
of
at least
a hallmark
one,
thing.
though.
He got it eventually.
Yeah,
I think.
he got it eventually, but I think whenever he first started out,
My
My
other
other-
would have been Achilles' arm thing because
Yeah.
he was an assassin.
because
My
you
other
don't get
thing
it
that
until
I-
you're like an assassin.
The other thing I liked about Connor was if you hit the attack button while nobody's around to attack, he just spins the tomahawk in his hand. Like,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I would just
forgot
walk
about
down the
that.
street and do that.
that was honestly one of the coolest weapons you get out of the whole Assassin's Creed was that
Yes.
tomahawk. That was
I had-
really cool.
I had some of the, I guess because I pre-ordered or something, but the bone saw, the saw blade, not bone saw. What am I thinking? The saw blade. it's a sword, and then on the top it has a serrated,
Oh, okay.
like a saw. And
that's cool.
I used that quite a bit. It was a lot of fun.
yeah. Very, very somewhat bloody games sometimes.
It can be.
Can be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. After what?
The only thing last thing about the number 3, and this is kind of a spoiler if most of this isn't a spoiler already. I hated the way it ended.
Really?
Like,
I honestly don't.
Yeah, that
It
was
was like-
weird.
I don't remember. I think I
no,
remember not
this
liking
is,
it.
This is how it ends. Like, you're trying to figure out where do I need to go to save the world for Desmond, because it's like
it's
like the 2012 event. The
Yeah.
whole world's gonna blow. Like,
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
so like what
Actually-
are they? Celestial beings or
Yeah,
aliens?
goddesses?
From another goddesses? I don't know.
They're the
'Cause they're
race
supposed to
before
be-
humans, basically.
Yeah.
They, in the lore or whatever, they created humans, and then they were like dumb, and they all got destroyed because they didn't realize like something happened with the sun.
Yeah.
So-
So, anyways, Desmond has to go and confront them and try to prevent the world from destroying, like blowing up. And it's like, I think you're given 2 options, or maybe you're not, but
No, you don't get the choice.
you don't get the choice. So this is how it ends. Desmond's like, oh, well, you know what? I'll sacrifice myself to save the entire world.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? Like, there could have been another way. There could have been something else to, like, how you could prevent it. Not like and he dies. Like,
Yeah. Or
And then they say that they're going to destroy the world anyways.
yeah, and then, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah,
Or
the world's
the-
still gonna die.
the lady that he like releases to like protect the earth,
Yes.
and like he's like, men will overthrow, will fight it, and I was like, at least give the player that choice. Like, you could have done that. Like, that wouldn't have been hard.
no.
And then secondly, like, I just don't think I really like that ending. And even for Connor, like, the ending for Connor wasn't that great with his whole dad and all that. I can't, like, because I think I didn't like it so much, like, I just forgot about it.
I don't know. The thing that I did like about the ending with Connor, though, is it did flash forward a few years, like I think several years, and it showed the graves of Achilles' wife and child, and then like you see Connor standing next to it, and you see like Achilles' grave, and then it was like Achilles, whatever his last name is, and then like I think there's some little words, and then the date from when he lived. I thought that was a nice little like
Yeah, definitely.
nod and everything. Like
Yeah.
he stayed back and stayed with him and everything.
Did
but-
you, alright, so for the fourth one, if I were going to rate the games in the order in the best, I probably would go with Brotherhood first, then,
I put Brotherhood, then Black Flag.
yeah, and then, probably the first one, then Revelation, or I'd probably put the third one actually, and then the first one, and then Revelations.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I think I'd go for that.
yeah. And,
No, I would be completely like different from y'all. I would go Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 2,
yeah,
then
that's
Black
actually-
Flag, then Revelations, and then like because I never played the first one, I kind of played some of it, but I just couldn't get into it because I knew what was going to happen. And then like 1, then 3, and so on. Like I think number 2, in my opinion, I enjoyed number 2 a whole
Me too.
lot because it
Number
was
two.
like.
I'd probably do Brotherhood, Black Flag, then 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be the way that I would do it also.
I forgot about it though.
Yeah, that's the
while
thing.
we were talking about it.
But to the Unity ones, I played a little bit for it. We have, I mean, me and my girlfriend played it, and she enjoyed it, and so that's just about it. About like all my knowledge of Assassin's Creed Unity.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, but
Did
it's,
y'all play it like online with other people? Or did y'all
No,
just
no,
play it?
no.
I tried.
That aspect, I've seen somebody do it, and it looks really fun.
I actually got Xbox Live to do it, and I wasn't very good, so I stopped playing. That's the truth.
I feel we kind of jumped over number 4. We didn't get to talk about
Well,
it.
yeah,
Since,
no,
like, it was like clearly our second pick for most of us.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about it a lot at the beginning.
Yeah. The I think the ocean aspect was just great, and it was compounded upon. But then not only that, like the island discovering and stuff, and like that, like that's the thing I will say about Ubisoft is like, if you're going to travel somewhere, at least it's going to be cool. Like, and the detail and like the songs they would sing, like they didn't sound bad.
Yeah,
Like I actually,
no.
like I would leave it
They
on.
get stuck in my head.
Yeah,
Did y'all like all the little like, let's add in Blackbeard? And
yeah.
Yes.
Some of the other pirates. The only thing I didn't like about how Blackbeard is how he died.
Yeah.
That was kind of lame. Like, you're gonna. I mean, everybody thinks of Blackbeard as the most ruthless pirate. Like, he's pretty like crazy, but he kind of died pretty lame.
Yeah.
But still, I thought the game was awesome. I thought it ended really well.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want to talk about the spoiler in that
Yeah,
one?
yeah, go ahead. You
I mean, you kind of can figure it out when you realize the guy's name is Edward Kenway.
yeah,
But the fact that Edward Kenway was, like, you're jumping from number 3 where you're playing as Connor, who is the son of Haytham Kenway,
yeah,
who then you're playing his father. Oh my goodness, I just blanked on his name. Edward Kenway. And then at the very end, you jump to, like, them living in England as a high society, like, family.
Yeah.
And you see tiny little Haytham Kenway standing next to his dad, and you're like, hey, now I kind of understand. I thought that was a pretty cool, like, little...
yeah. That was definitely
That's true, because for the
shove
most
in.
part, I thought that Edward happened after Connor.
Yeah.
You know, I that's kind of where I thought it fell in the timeline, but then that happened, and it...
And, like, the only
Also,
thing I
like-
didn't like was how he kind of just... He killed the assassin that, he, like, was supposed to be, I guess, in that area or go meet someone.
yeah.
And then it's like, he's the assassin now. Like,
yeah.
he had these skills, and then
What about
he got trained by some random group of, like, indigenous people.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
was kind of weird, but... I was fine with it
Yeah.
because I thought the game was I thought the game was fun. Like, I didn't care too much about the story for that one, but
I will
I
say,
honestly thought it was nice to just jump right in.
yeah,
Because I've played the Assassin's Creed for so long, like, I know how to
you know
do...
what to do.
I know what to expect. I don't need you to tell me how to climb a wall.
yeah, I've been through it. Also, one thing that like I think they or Ubisoft just tripped all over like by accident with the third one, and then it led to the fourth one, was the fact that like pirates, like that's actually like obviously we love Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that, like and a pirating adventure, like people actually really like pirate stuff.
Yeah.
And like I think this game proved that even more. Like you can honestly, if somebody were to come out tomorrow about a swashbuckling game where you could act as a pirate, kind of like Assassin's Creed, but also like different, you know, that game would make money. I would be interested in that game.
The only thing that they haven't done yet, and maybe they did kind of a little bit, that I feel like is a duh move,
Yeah.
is ninjas.
Now, I don't remember in Unity.
You said that they had
They have a
Chinese
I
girl.
think she's
Yeah.
Asian. I don't know where she's from.
I can't
but
remember.
I
haven't
think
been able
it's
to play it.
China, but I don't have
But I-
the console to play it for.
I can't understand why they wouldn't do ninjas.
I don't know. That would be pretty fun to watch, like to play. I would watch it
A
too.
more
but
agile
like-
type of and silent, more silent.
how did y'all feel though about the fourth one in there? Like, because, man, I blanked on his name again. Damien. Damien.
Damien. Are you talking about which one? In the fourth one?
Well, no, like the main character you're playing as through the whole, like from the first one to the third one, and when he dies, Damien.
Desmond.
Desmond, yeah.
Desmond. If you're playing as Desmond for those like large group of games,
Uh-huh.
we jump to the fourth one, Black Flag. Desmond's dead. We're still playing as his ancestor. And I know throughout the game you kind of like figure out how you're playing as him.
Yeah.
They're using his
DNA.
DNA. So they
Yeah.
took his body. They're using his DNA, and they're like getting all of these things for a video game,
Yeah.
which is what they're saying it's for. Like they're trying to make this game like the company that is basically run by the Templars is making this game, and then all of a sudden you get one of Desmond's old
I think it would have been better.
colleagues like trying to. I guess it would be considered you since we don't have a name for the character who they like ask. So basically, it's
You.
it's
No,
you.
It is.
So they get. I don't remember who it was, but I think it was that British guy who like
Sean.
Sean. I think it was Sean who gets like contact with you and is like, "Hey, you should go do this. We'll tell you why, and you'll figure it out that the company you're working for is evil."
Yeah. Well, I think that they also should have had like a new protagonist. Like somehow, I kind of like the idea that it's you, but then at the
I
same
thought
time,
that was very interesting.
it was
Yeah.
Not necessarily good or bad, but interesting.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like was, hey, we took this guy's dead body and we're using his DNA.
I know when I first heard that, and they show you the video.
Yeah,
of
they
it,
show the video of that.
I was like,
yeah.
that's Desmond, man.
Yeah.
I felt like they were doing it to a friend of mine
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
It
I had
felt
spent so much
weird.
time with him.
And it was weird playing as you continued to play in the life of one of his ancestors. Yet this guy is no longer alive, and he plays no role in anything that happens.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think you could extract like DNA after someone's dead exactly.
Yeah,
Or
I
like
don't-
useful DNA. I don't know.
I don't get it, but
Maybe I'm totally wrong.
You can't. I think you can if it's like right after,
Uh-huh.
and it showed them like picking up the body right after.
Yeah.
in the cave.
but man,
so I think they
if
could have
you
got
think about it though,
something.
Yeah, definitely.
they are doing some weird stuff to make like sure because you're not the only one living through his life. Apparently, like there
Oh,
are
yeah.
other people that are working in the same office you are, doing the same stuff. Probably not with the same guy you're as.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't really explain it, but like they had to keep his body like on ice or something. Like they're having to do something where they're able to like
Which is creepy.
do that. Exactly, it's a creepy.
Which makes me
idea.
question Ubisoft's motives
Also,
a little bit.
to like, I don't, for Ubisoft, what honestly, I don't want an Assassin's Creed game every year. Like, they're not bad games, but I do not want them every year. But what I would like is a modern telling of the Assassin's Creed story in today's time, and for them to take like 3 or 4 years, develop this game, revolutionize the way that we do Assassin's Creed. So like, you know, you can still throw in like the hook blade and all that, but also like you can, you know, guns with silencers. You know, you can change the game up.
Yeah.
If it's
Actually,
good.
that was part of my favorite part about, I think it was Brotherhood, is where you had to climb to the top of this building as Desmond. That was cool.
Well, that was in the third
No,
one.
that's in the third one.
Yeah.
Because you meet Desmond's dad.
You're right.
It's
Never
in the
mind.
third one.
Third.
And
You
you,
do-
end up having
you-
to fight somebody too.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and I think that just a modern telling of Assassin's Creed is really what would get the spotlight really back on to Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And that's one of my least favorite parts about the game is I want to play as the actual assassin, not as somebody pretending to be the assassin. You know,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I totally.
I want
understand.
to be the actual person. I don't want to be somebody playing a video game.
The only thing I thought was weird about that is he's going back and he's going through these memories of his ancestors through some weird DNA magic stuff, like it's some sort of Jurassic Park stuff. But he somehow is like getting all of these memories, and he's slowly getting all of these skills from all of them.
Yeah,
And he's related to a lot of people.
yeah, definitely.
It makes no sense that he's getting these skills when he's not. Like, I know they're kind of hinting towards he's practicing and he's doing it all himself, but I'm sorry, the way it seems like, oh, he jumps into the
Animus.
Animus and it's like, boom, he knows how to scale like an entire building
Yeah.
and with no trouble whatsoever. I'm sorry, that just makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta actually, like, if you're gonna go with that, then make it seem like he's training. Actually, like, train Desmond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make him progress. Like, that's what they could have been doing in the first one and the second one, and then Brotherhood. They could have had him to where he was, like, full on, like, parkour, running through everything, jumping over, doing whatever, like all the same stuff. Then through Revelations, train him on all the weaponry, kind of like start that in Brotherhood, get him to where he can do the blades and everything.
I really,
And then that's like...
I really enjoy Brotherhood because at the end of Brotherhood, like you get to the ending. I think of Brotherhood is like you go to the Colosseum and you like jump through there and like find this like hidden object that was hidden, one of the pieces of Eden, and it's like really cool and stuff.
Yeah.
But it
When you
hasn't
kill
been-
that girl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was not cool.
You killed a girl that's been with you since the first game.
Yeah.
And it was Kristen Bell.
But
Like, ha ha ha.
yeah, I mean,
Stab.
I
Great.
tried so hard not to do that.
for the most part, good series. Has some great moments. Needs a little bit of work now because we just don't want the rehash of some old stuff.
Yeah.
But just
Make ninjas.
Yeah.
For crying out loud.
Any closing thoughts on the breakdown of Assassin's Creed?
Love Assassin's Creed.
Love Assassin's Creed.
We didn't touch on it, but the multiplayer aspect of Assassin's Creed was really fun to do, especially
yeah.
like the
But give us a co-op.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, definitely. Give us a co-op
Co-op would be fun.
that we don't have to do online. Honestly.
Yes.
That would work so much. I think that's the problem now. I understand like we're all connected online and stuff, but I don't
Some
think
of us aren't.
Yeah. Well, not
Some
only
of
that-
us are poor.
well, and like
Not
if you
poor,
have
just
all
cheap.
your friends over, if you have all your friends over, right, and you know you don't want to just have to play Call of Duty or
Halo.
or a football game or baseball game with all your buds. Like, what if you wanted to play a great cat and mouse game with the Assassin's Creed multiplayer? You should be able to do that and stuff like that. And the more versatile you can make your game different from other games, but still bring in some
I
classic
feel like every
elements,
game
works.
ever made should have a co-op. That's
Like
my
to
closing thoughts.
touch on one that does, which was really fun to play, which is kind of like Assassin's Creed, was Splinter Cell. Like you
Yeah.
could do so many fun things, like co-op missions, or you could do like a co-op. Best way I could describe it is a terrorist hunt. Like you go through waves of people, and that's how you do it. But the only other thing the last thing I'm going to say is the multiplayer. Some people kind of gloss over, but they had some really fun games. The Brotherhood probably, in my opinion, was the best multiplayer, like online. They had some really fun games where you're like, for 5 seconds you could change into a complete different character dressed up and just hide in a group of people while like the whole other team is hunting y'all down, like
That's really
Yeah.
taking you out, and you're just sitting there like crossing your arms, sitting next to two random like
NPCs.
NPCs, and you're just like, yeah, and he's gone. All right, I'm gonna get up and run.
Yeah.
And, like that was just so much fun.
Yeah.
Closing thoughts of just this whole series. I really do enjoy it, like, and I enjoy the stories. I think that right now what Ubisoft needs to do is just take a step back and just really go in depth with Assassin's Creed in the future and just blow our minds. But yeah,
Make a co-op ninja game. I'll be happy.
Yes. If you haven't checked out the series, go check it out. You can find more stuff about us at our website. And just feel free to contact us and let us know what you would like to talk about and what you would like us to talk about. Thanks, guys.